Good morning. Welcome to Mondays with Marthie. I am busy with The Artist's Way, and it's very exciting. It's written by Julia Cameron, and it's a journey of awakening your inner artist. And I invite you to join me with it. Today, we're busy with week 3. My passion is to help you find your passion and run with it, and that means that I have to go on the journey myself. So this is a good opportunity. So the theme of this chapter 3 this week is to recovering the sense of your power, and the themes that she puts in it is, or the topics is anger, synchronicity, shame, and criticism. Now I did something this week. I finished a pen on the morning pages, and I found it very useful to do write morning pages. It takes about 25 minutes, 3 pages longhand, and I've gotten rid of all my negativity, I think, and just getting to, I think, a level of normal. So to get to the 4 themes, anger, she talks about it's normal to feel angry, and then especially if you're angry towards yourself, and then move on. Synchronicity, she talks about how things just start falling in place. Once you pursue a pathway, people and things happen to guide you along. So it's very important to make the first step in a direction so that people and things can meet you on your journey, and that makes sense to me. I've known this all along. I actually met somebody this weekend that said, is there something like that? I've never heard about it. And I was like, where have you been, love? Of course, it happens all the time. I think it's just depends on how awake you are to what happens around you. So, yes. And then shame, I think shame for me was when I actually started finding out what I want to do and why I'm not doing it. And it's because it can be a real dream. It can be something I really want to do, because it's not it will be frowned upon by the people around me and my perception. And so first I have a space I go to. I've spoken about it before. It's the possibility cloak, where you actually go to the cupboard, you put the possibility of doing something around you, and you just live with it and imagine yourself doing it, and then deciding how it fits you and how it will play out. It's a bit like playing chess and seeing how you're going to get the king and doing a scenario. So the possibility cloak is just putting it around, and you do it in your mind because that's a safe place to see, well, could it be, is it possible? And that makes me feel safe in the sense that I can sort of play it out before actually running out and doing it. And then criticism, how to manage criticism. That's the last topic. And criticism, I think, what she says is you can't avoid it. People's going to criticize you. There you go. Just listen to it, take from it what you think is important, and just not ignore the rest. Let it fall off you. Don't put it, don't give it space on your bookshelf, and then go back on when people actually did affirm you or compliment you. So I think what I would do for me is to start a compliment book, because we tend to remember all the criticisms, but we tend not to remember what people say that's great about us, and just to be more aware and not just move past it, but actually write it down. So I think I should do a book like that, which makes sense, I think. So there you have it, to recover your sense of power. What I found this week is I became very, very anxious, because I realized, oh my gosh, I thought I was living my dream doing this thing, and it was just actually band-aids. I should have been doing this thing. But I also think that to get here, I had to go through that process. To jump here would have been too big. And the band-aids gave me an opportunity to grow into this. So I have this quote in my car. I always put a quote out, verse, and it says, God arms you with strength. It's from Psalm something. and he makes your way perfect. And for me, that's okay. Well, even though I've meandered a bit, it's still perfect for where I'm going. It's just to make sure that I keep going. So for me, it's songwriting and singing and public speaking is very important and helping the community. But I actually have a bigger role to play, and that is a bit more dramatic. So just to decide what I need to pursue that to make it bigger and make it sit right with me. So one of my goals is to have a PhD in something, and I thought it would be psychology, but psychology is too small for me. Just working with one person is like, is there anybody else who want to sit in? Can I have a microphone, please? It's just I need a bigger audience, and that's just me. I don't know why. So I think to knit everything together and put it in a play or a musical, that's something that makes sense to me, and then cause social change. So there you go. We'll see what happens. It's week 3. Please subscribe to my channel and leave me comments if you have any ideas of what you would want to hear. I'll be happy to do that. I wrote an article on Stephen Rodenbach's art sculpture studio, and you can see the story of hope that I did about him. So that's very exciting. I'm hoping that they'll publish it. And what else? I'm not doing much. I'm just sort of finishing what I start. I have 3 projects that's very big that I'm procrastinating on, and I just hope I can finish it. It's verweerskrif, voortrekkers and voetkursus. So I do a foot course and a classical production, which is like, oh my gosh, very difficult to sing. And then voortrekkers, which is like, I don't know the songs at all. So it's going to take a lot of time. This is like 3 years work. I want to finish before the end of the year. So there you go. Have a wonderful Monday.